Alright, I guess I'm recording. I'll have to look, I think. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alright, video. Yay! New camera. This one's a Panasonic. It just says HD on it. Full HD, so it has the big giant 1080p thingy. Anyway, I'm using a feature called iframe. This is the reason why I bought it, is because it has some kind of video iframey thing. But I don't think it's going to work because it's a 4 gigabyte card and it only provides 20. Oh, I don't understand it. Anyway, 20 minutes of time, so I don't get that. So anyway, but I'll figure it out. And it doesn't really matter. It's not your problem and such. So anyway, I'm going to go for a run, so I'll make this short. There, the end of the video. There, it's over. Everybody's a jerk and such. There, done. Anyway, yeah, Fred made another video on the metaphor stuff, and I guess there's no point in playing it, but I mean, just reiterating the same points that I don't think are true. That somehow we need metaphors, and that somehow they're doing good things and not bad things. And I would say exactly the opposite, that they do more damage, they do more harm than good, and they're everywhere. And to talk about them in science is just another place where I find it really irritating, because science is where they have a bunch of bad metaphors. They've used the words like wave now in all kinds of different disciplines. Every time they see something, they call it a wave, it seems. And it's bullshit. The word should mean one specific thing, not 10 million things. So it's just crap. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so I don't know how to, I mean, you can give lots of examples of good metaphors and then bad metaphors. You can give examples of metaphors that help clarify and metaphors that confuse. And I'm just saying, on balance, if you add it all up, there's more bad metaphors than good ones. There's more metaphors that are like the Mother Nature kind of metaphor. You know, that make it possible for people to obscure the reality, to think that things are better than they are. Then he used also, he's still arguing some of the nuance of Jay Saunders' video, and the subject of weighing came up, and you know, I just, you know, Fred just used it to say that somehow this is a metaphor, that somehow what came first was the perception of a balance and blah blah blah. And no, I think what came first was the perception that there is a balancing. How we invented the balance is part of the first understanding the concept itself. You don't make a scale until you first understand the idea of balance, of weight, importance, all these things. And so I would argue that the metaphor happened a long time ago, and it broke the reality, which might have been more explicitly stated in the first place, and maybe made our whole language a lot more clear, because maybe we would have more explicit words for value, more meaningful words than idiotic words than do it for love or some other kind of bullshit. Yeah, people might better understand the concept of productivity, producing more than you consume, and some of it is so directly obvious, because we are consuming the welfare of fundamentally equal beings. I seem to remember you even made some kind of comment about that somehow all men are not created equal. I think I know where you were going with that. They're not created in equal circumstances. But I guess to me, the principle is still valid, that there is a fundamental equality to their capacity, to their function, to their welfare. So if they manifest a sensate brain, then their welfare goes into this pot of being just as meritorious as anybody else's. if you can feel a broken leg, then you're in the game as being as it being meritorious to avoid your broken leg. You know, it's this whole idea of this reductionism that other people don't want to deal with. But yeah, I mean, all we are is feeling organisms, and we gain nothing if I just move or migrate my pain to somebody else. That's not accomplishing anything. The idea is to prevent sentience for feeling, not to decide to impose the negative on somebody else, and move it over to the Middle East, or move it over to Africa, or move it over to China. If I move the pain, I haven't gained anything as a practical truth. And that's understood by, you know, seeing this, the obvious, reducing it to the simplest constituent parts, getting rid of all the nuance and complexity created by our fables and our stories and our the other crap that we use to distort everything. And these metaphors are sort of like, even the, sorry about the wind, I really didn't think it was that windy today. So this video might be just absolutely horrible. I have no idea how good this camera is in the wind. I have to see where the microphone is. Guess it's that little thing there. But anyway, needs a band-aid probably. Anyway, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. So yeah, there are metaphors that are, you know, whatever, analogies and other things, these placeholders. So, you know, the Holocaust becomes the standard for, you know, the Jewish Holocaust, the Nazi Holocaust, and becomes the standard for, you know, bad behavior. So we just use that as a placeholder, you know, like pi or something. You know, everything becomes rounded off. It's either Hitler or it's Mussolini, or it's, you know, falls into some category, you know, that's just a rounding off of the reality to some one of these, you know, known integers of value. And that's kind of a symptom of, I think, having too much metaphor, too much dependence on everything falling into some narrative language, something more cartoonish. Again, I think it's just cartoonish in a way. We've lost connection to explicit language, and I think it's a big loss. So anyway, I'm going for a run. I shall catch you later and such. Looks like a lovely functioning camera anyways. Beautiful color, brand new condition. So looks like a win for me. Yeah. If I find the record button there. Okay, it's me. Anyway. Yeah, well, okay, anyway, that's so bad. Oh, not even 2 sentences into the video. So let's see, where was I? Metaphor, communication, subjects, truth, claims. People use that word, truth claims. Yeah, and you know, it does seem like there is this whole fear of the truth, and I don't get it. Well, I do get it. They're afraid of the truth. That's exactly right. I mean, they don't want anybody to be talking in objective terms or absolutist terms or emphatic terms, because if they're doing that with any kind of credibility, that's right, it's a truth they're not going to want to hear. I mean, obviously the religious nuts claim authority, but obviously it's also just as obviously it's a claim with no credibility. I believe it because my mommy told me so. Obviously that's not an authority. So that's not going to work. You can't do that. So those are negated without any trouble whatsoever. But what they can't deal with are truth claims that don't, you know, fiddle in the religious realm that aren't made up of a historical dogma, that are built out of the new math, yeah, the new reality. Sorry, I have apparently acquired some sort of allergic thing, and so I'm a little sniffly. Yuck. Had a horrible attack of sneezing and such. Well, it's actually pretty good. Whew. Anyway, that's fuck. I just can't break it. Well, I can. I just got to do it. So, where was I? Communication. Yeah, words, language, absolutes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there is this danger of people who think they have the truth. But, like I said, they're only dangerous when somehow they've made themselves immune to a counter-argument, or immune to criticism. So, I mean, if, you know, the faith people just say, this is the truth, my God says so, ha 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 ha, nah 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 nah, that's it. There's nothing. So yeah, you can't really argue with that. You just say, you're an idiot. You're way too stupid. But these other people, like myself, for example, I might say something bold, like life doesn't produce anything to justify the price paid for it. There, it's a failed experiment. It is fundamentally broken. Fundamentally, at its roots, at its core, at its origins, at its manufacture process, at its at all elements of its design structure, broken, can't work, can't produce more than it consumes. It just can't do it. There, it's a bold statement. Now I'm here waiting for a counter argument. Yeah, you can go ahead and make one, and I'll respond to it, and I'll argue it, and I'll defend it, and I'll explain it in all kinds of detail. So why is that wrong? Why is that a trespass against you? For me to just declare that I see it with a perfect clarity, and that you can't point out anything to give me cause to be unclear? You can't make a single argument to me, a single reasoned argument that will alter the clarity. And it's not because I have a dogma, it's because you've got nothing. You have no counter argument. Alright, there just isn't any. All you can say is puppy cute, pet pet. That's all. You got Teletubby gibberish as a counter argument. And yeah, I can counter argue that by just saying brainwash addicto. Yeah, addictum. How about that? You're just missing the fact that the only reason why something is good, that puppy cute pet pet, is because you need affection. You need to be loved. You need to love. These are needs you have. These aren't things that are needed in the world. These are things you need. And you obviously only need them because you're here. If you weren't here, they wouldn't be needed. You wouldn't need to pet the kitty if you weren't here, would you? No, you wouldn't. Your need is completely a manifestation of you. It is not a manifestation of the universe or the matter or an expression of, let's say. It's just an expression of your complexity, your unique problem. It's entirely a one-person disease. Your need structure is essentially a disease that only afflicts you. Yeah. And so the simplest cure is don't make any of them. No loss. Just like we're not missing the Martians. See, these are simple arguments. And, you know, people like Conference Report don't like those simple kind of arguments, but they're just right there in front of you. Nobody's lamenting the absent Martians. There's no rational evidence that the universe is diminished without them. The only purpose they could possibly serve is to satisfy our needs. The only way we could possibly contrive a reason to invent Martians was if they gave us bigger TVs, or, you know, yeah, fucked us in some kind of really special way that we really, really liked. Yeah, there's just nothing. It's not there. And it's the same argument can be made for every human life. It doesn't serve a purpose beyond, you know, fixing some of the broken it creates by being here. Jeez. That's all there is. Yeah, and such. Ugh. So anyway, yeah. What else is there to say? I'm tired. I could say that, but that's not really important. I don't know what the focal length on this camera is like. Don't even know what the video quality is. Well, it's got to be spectacular if it takes 4 gigabytes for 20 minutes. I just don't know what this means. I mean, it says F-frame. No, it says I-frame. Sorry. Right? Yeah, I-frame. I mean, that's a HTML JavaScript thing. I don't know why it's in a camera, but whatever. And obviously, the internet, you don't want files that are huge. You want files that are small. So I don't get it. 4 gigabytes for 20 minutes is an outrageously huge file. Well, whatever. I'll figure it out. Obviously later when I download this video. It will become obvious to me what the jig is. Alright, so what else do I have to say? Pleasant day. A little breezy, of course. But isn't that lovely? Yeah. Yeah. Cigarettes coming in the mail tomorrow, probably. Somebody sent me some cigarettes. Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, no, it really is a bad. Don't do it. Stop it. Stop it, people. Stop sending me stuff. I mean it. Seriously. Really. Yeah, it really is very nice, but don't do it. It really does make me happy, but don't do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, anyway. Forget I said anything. Fuck. Anyway. Damn. Yes, don't say anything just because I said anyway. That's a good reason not to. Alright. Until I stop saying anyway, nobody can send anything ever again. Yeah, that'll teach me. Sorry, sniffles. Sorry. Apologize, this is the worst video almost ever. There have been worse ones, I imagine. I haven't seen this one yet, but I imagine there have been worse. So anyway, so we'll just clean this up. Communicating requires language. Language could be explicit, clinical. That's the right word. Clinical. That's what we should have. Technical and clinical language. And then, you know, if you want to just talk about bullshit, you know, like how that girl's got one shit. She's got one shit of an ass cutter. That's the wrong way to put it. One ass of a shit cutter. One ass of a shit. No. One fuck of a shit cutter. Well, whatever it is. Alright, so yeah, you could use sloppy language for that kind of talk. But if you're going to talk about what is life on Earth doing, where'd it come from, where's it going, what's it do, how's it work, yeah, then you got to use explicit language. Gotta use technical language, precise language. That would be the smart thing to do and get out of all this, you know, presumptuous, bad language that creates opportunity for people to talk about things like free will. You know, when they, hole in my bag. I have not too many of my foods popped out. Damn it. Fuck. That's really irritating. 1, 2, hopefully. Shit. Hopefully I didn't lose food. Hopefully. Anyway, where was I? This life is a pain in the ass. It rips holes in your bag. Yeah. Alright. So where was I? I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah, language, technical, precise, direct, you know, to the point. Let's see. But yeah, it's almost like we just got to redo it. Rewrite the thesaurus of appropriate language words, unirreducible words. You know, the words that just don't need a whole lot of reduction. Simple, defined words, and just say these are the words you can use. And quit cheating with all your other words that break. That break the quality of the conversation in terms of it being able to say something accurate and complete. And what else? Yeah, accurate's a good word. Yeah, there's too much sloppy in a language that has words like love in it. Too sloppy a word. Anyway, I mean, I say like it's whatever.